Well, I'm standing outside the satellite farm just outside of Sedalia. The satellite farm is a place where telecommunication signals go up to space. They upload signal, they download signal, whether it be satellite television or internet or telecommunications when it comes to cell phones, and all kinds of different data gets streamed through satellite farms like the one that you see right over my shoulder there today. I want to illustrate this point. This is our third installment in our talks on small groups and why being connected is so important. You know, when these satellites get connected, the satellite dishes get connected to the satellites going through space, one of the most important things that happens between these satellites in geosynchronous orbit and the dishes is that they don't lose the signal. They don't break contact. That there's a free flow of data between the satellite and the dish, and if there's an interruption in the communications, then bad things happen. You lose your cell phone signal, or you lose your television signal, or you lose whatever kind of uplink is happening between the dish and the satellite, and whatever service is being provided because of the dish. I think a lot of times in our small groups, what happens is we break the connection, or the data connection isn't very good, or it's hit and miss. And in our relationship with God and our relationship with other people spiritually, you want to have a good signal. You want to have a free flow of communication, that there should be a good uplink. There should be good downloading of information. There should be good uploading of information, not just spiritual knowledge or biblical knowledge, but just personally, spiritually, relationally, in development. We need to have solid connections with other people and solid connections certainly with God. And I wanted to take just a couple minutes today and show you some of the different small groups that we're meeting this semester. And then some of these groups are discontinuing this summer, but they'll resume in the fall. And I want to just give you a little promo for each group and tell you what they're like, and you're going to hear from some of the members of these small groups. First of all, I want you to hear from the Financial Peace University small group. Check it out.
Hi, we're Jason and Vanessa Peterman, and we lead Financial Peace University, and we meet on Monday nights at 6:30.
This is our second semester of teaching this class. The very first semester was the fall semester small group, and we had 5 families. And with those 5 families, at the very beginning of the course, we have everybody fill out a debt sheet on how much debt they have at the beginning of the class. And then at the end of the 13 weeks, we total up how much they've been able to get rid of in those 13 weeks. And out of 5 families, we had $13,000 in 13 weeks of people getting rid of debt. Fantastic. Oh yes, fantastic success story. So this jar is full of cut-up credit cards from our very first semester. These are from the first 5 families, and we've had one cutting of the second semester group. We still have a couple more weeks to go. So there's over 30 cards in here, and this represents 10 families altogether thus far. So pretty amazing.
Yes. Yep.
I started in the first Financial Peace University class in October of 2008, and I've taken a ton of financial classes before, but still had $8,000 in credit card debt, unfortunately. Now it is 6 months later, and I am debt-free. And I've fully funded my emergency fund with $1,000.
That is awesome. How does it feel?
It feels fantastic. It's freeing.
That's awesome. The next group I want you to hear from is the Voltage Student Ministries small groups. But not only the groups that the students are in, but the workers themselves. They spend each week planning each service, and I want you to hear from the workers of our Voltage Student Ministries.
Yeah, ever since I started youth ministry in college, I went from not being sure if I liked teenagers to I want to give my life to working with teenagers. And the reason for that is, first of all, they are so passionate about stuff in life. When you invest in a teenager's life, they just go for it. They want to change the world. They want to do something big with their life. And you don't get that opportunity with every age group. And teenagers are that way.
Yeah, typical Tuesday night is we have flex time from 6 to 6:30, and that's where kids can just come and hang out. We have foosball table, air hockey table, music going. Kids just hang out and really just break the ice with one another. And then we have worship at 6:30, where we just try and do some songs that everybody knows, get kids jumping and moving, and maybe one song every week that's maybe more quiet, and yet just throwing kids in for worshiping God and why they're really here on a Tuesday night. And then we move into a message that's not real long, but yet delivers a good, solid point and challenges the kids, I think. And from there, we go to small groups where the kids can really open up to what they've just heard and kind of expound on, why, like tonight was prayer and being authentic. And what does that mean in my life to have authentic prayer toward God? And so we can just really, I guess, in the small groups talk about how does this message apply to our lives. And then from there we usually end with a crazy game again. And then it's more flex time. And by then parents are coming, picking the kids up, and it's a good time. It's a great time.
Next, I want you to hear from our Fireproof Your Marriage small group. This is a group that met this semester, is going to be starting again in September. And this is what you can get out of a small group. Check it out.
The closeness, really, to dig a little deeper under the surface. I love you, you love me. But really, what's it about? What is love? What is that decision? And how does God play that role in helping us love each other to the best of our ability? It's really helped us grow in understanding of each other.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's opened those communication lines, I think, to a deeper level, like he was saying. It's enhanced our marriage. I don't feel we were overly struggling as a couple, but I think at the same token, it enhanced what we had, and I think it strengthened what we have. And that's a neat feeling. I think the fellowship we've gotten here is priceless. We've made friends that I think are going to carry on for years, and I love that. I love that I will know these people in my church, and I will know them on the level I know them because of this, and it's been special.
That's awesome.
These are just a few of the small groups that we offer as a church. Any given semester, we have between 20 and 25 small groups that meet on a weekly basis, and not just for the purpose of studying the Bible or doing ministry, but doing life together. And this really reminds me of a scripture today, and I want to remind you of that we are an Acts 2 church. This passage in Acts chapter 2, verse 42 says this: "All the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to sharing in meals, including the Lord's Supper, and to prayer. A deep sense of awe came over them, and all the apostles performed many miraculous signs and wonders. And all the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions and shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together in the temple each day, met in homes for the Lord's Supper, and shared their meals with great joy and generosity." This passage really explains to us what the church is all about. The church is not a building. The church is not an hour on Sunday mornings. It's so much more than that. I wonder what would happen if they made Christianity illegal in the United States of America. If in the name of tolerance, they outlawed all public religious gatherings. Can I tell you what I think would happen? I think we would begin to do like what the early church had to do. We would meet together in homes. We would have our circles together. We'd find ways to still connect, because in the end, the church is not a building. It's not an hour on Sundays. It's us connecting with God and His believers gathering together to do ministry and reach the world and change the world for His glory. And so I want to encourage you, if you have a leadership gift, you feel like God has called you to lead one of these kind of groups, come to our leadership training today from 3 to 5 o'clock over at the house. Or if you want to sign up for one of these groups, you've never gotten involved, you're one of those 2/3 of summiteers that aren't involved in a small group, come next Sunday, June 7th, or the following Sunday, June 14th, and sign up for one of our summer small groups. I guarantee it'll change your life. Get that solid uplink going between you and God, downloading information from Him, and connecting with other people. I think it'd be dynamic in your life. Take advantage of this small group semester and watch it change your life.
It's truly one of a kind, like stars shine beyond nighttime. Are you there? 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 Are you there?